Hi, let me show you our Cabin 300 tent. The Cabin 300 really is a great tent for a couple, but it does accommodate up to 3 people. Even though it doesn't take up much space and is quite compact, it's really a roomy tent when you come inside the tent. The Cabin 300 is a part of our adventure range. In the range we use our Hydrotex 5000 fabric. It's a tough polyester with a PU coating on the back side and is fully seam taped. It has a hydrostatic head of 5,000 millimeters. At Robens we have our own rain facilities to make sure you will find absolutely no leakage in the tent. The poles used in the cabin are high quality DAC alloy poles. Poles are connected with a DAC pole hub. This connects the poles and make the tent freestanding. The good thing about a freestanding tent is that you can easily pitch the tent and then move it around to the right location before you peg it. A freestanding tent and a tent where the poles are connected is also more stable. We also have a wind generator at Robens, and this tent has been tested at 127 kilometers an hour. The poles here at the side makes up what we call an eyebrow protection. This means that we can have ventilation underneath and have it open even in rainy weather. If you have a really bad weather, it can be closed from the inside. To make pitching very easy, we color code the pole sleeves and the poles. To add some extra stability to the tent, we use our storm guard system. This is actually just a simple webbing that is used to connect the fly sheet and the guy line to the pole. So all you do when you're pitching the tent is that you wrap around the webbing around the pole and then pitch the guy line. To avoid any messing up of the guy lines when you pack down the tent, we have a little retainer on each guy line. So when you pack down the tent, you can store your guy line here and you won't have it entangled for next time. A feature I really like in the cabin tent is this great canopy. It helps make up a rain-safe entrance, meaning that you can actually leave the door open even in rainy weather. It will also give some shade in sunny weather. In the door opening you have a full mess door behind it. Again, you can leave the door open but zip the mess and avoid any insects and bugs coming in. In the front you also have some mess ventilation panels. You have them on each side. As earlier mentioned, we have ventilations in both sides and also a big ventilation opening in the rear end of the tent. If you like to use electricity when you're camping, we added a little mains entrance here in the front. As you can see, even though the tent is quite compact, you have a really good living space in here. Because of these steep walls, you can fully use the living area. This makes it possible to have a table and 2 to 3 chairs in the living area. The tent also has some really good windows all the way around to give a really good view when you're sitting here. Each window has its own little curtain which you can close for more privacy. On the inner tent we find some good mess pockets for your smaller belongings. In front of the inner tent we have a mess panel to give some good ventilation inside the inner tent. The whole inner tent can easily be zipped in and out, like this. And another good thing about using a zipper is that it helps distribute the pressure you will normally have on the seams. Inside the inner tent we also have some small details. If you look at the rear end of the tent, again we have a good ventilation opening that corresponds well with the outside ventilation opening. Down in the corner we also have a little mess pocket. If you want even more living space during the daytime, the inner tent can very easily be detached and moved to the rear end of the tent. Let me show you how. As you see, it only takes half a minute to double the living space. The Cabin 300 tent really is a comfortable tent to stay in for up to 3 people. Thank you very much for watching.